Fantastic job. Fantastic. All right, so we're going to bring to the stage now Emma Wedekind, who is a UX engineer based in Germany, originally coming from Texas. Emma is building out a design system for React and is also managing a fantastic open source project called Coding Coach. So please put your hands together for Emma.
So thanks for that. So you were in Texas for 4 years, so I might drop you all into your window. Okay, cool. How are you doing today? Are you good? This is my first time abroad. I'm really excited to be here. It's always so strange back in the US as a tourist because, like, I've kind of naturalized the European culture and I find something's really strange when I travel. So I'm trying to think of something. You're sitting out in front of us, or the person next to you. Yeah, the trains. Your cousin found trying to do that. But what else is also really weird, I don't know how you experience this yet, but meeting people through the internet in real life and like not knowing it's really them. Like I'm actually not her in the elevator today, but like I knew it was her. But I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't 100% sure, so I kind of just freaked out a little. So hi, I'm Emma. It's me. What else do I talk about? I don't have any restaurant recommendations for this country, but if you're ever in Germany, come visit me. Cool! Awesome! So today we're going to talk about building high-performance teams across cultures. If this works. There's one button on here. How can I mess this up? Cool! So in February 2018, I moved from Austin, Texas to Karlsruhe, Germany to begin my new life as a software engineer at Wedekind. I worked with people from other cultures prior to joining Wedekind, but I was really unprepared to be thrust onto a team with 6 different nationalities. And I quickly realized that working with people from so many different cultures was really hindering my ability to collaborate effectively, but I couldn't really explain why. Everything we do, from the way in which we write our emails, to the method in which we provide negative feedback, evaluate performance, governs the performance of our teams. And understanding how culture impacts our efficacy as a team can drastically improve day-to-day collaboration. Today I'm going to share with you 2 key areas with which we can decode how different cultures communicate at work in order to enhance their cross-cultural collaboration. My name is, okay, perfect, you're not looking here, so that's good. That would have been awful. So this talk was really inspired by 2 things. The first is my favorite book of all time. I cannot rave about this book more enough, that's not English. And this is really decodes how different cultures communicate and collaborate. So we'll see some of the research that Aaron's conducted in this talk. But the second thing that really inspired us is my personal experiences living and working abroad on a multicultural team. Because I've experienced many of these things that Aaron has written about in her book, and so I'll share some of those anecdotes with you today. So unfortunately, we don't have all the time in the world today, so I selected 2 key areas to delve into. So first, we'll examine how different cultures communicate, and how we can really improve communication on a cross-cultural team. And secondly, we'll look at how different cultures evaluate performance and give negative feedback. And one might argue that speaking about culture can cause us to stereotype individuals and kind of place them into boxes, as opposed to evaluating each person as a distinct individual. And while it's important to recognize individuality, and we shouldn't group every individual from the same country as having the same characteristics, it would be a little bit naive to completely disregard culture altogether. Because when we don't consider the impact of culture on the way that people communicate, we falsely view every interaction with an individual through our own cultural lens. I also get really thirsty, so the culture that we're raising really impacts the way we should collaborate, and understanding these cultural differences can help us to build teams to collaborate effectively. And as an American, when I think of what open communication means, I think about someone who's really explicit and expresses their thoughts clearly and simply, ensuring that everyone's on the same page. And this is what we call low context communication, where messages are expressed clearly and understood at face value. But not all cultures do these characteristics of true communication. Many Asian cultures, such as India, China, Japan, and Indonesia, for example, value communicators who are implicit, and it requires the listeners to really read between the lines of what here was denoted as reading the air. And so this is what we call high context communication, where your messages are implied but they're not explicitly spoken. So this is a scale with the culture map, and it plots different cultures along the communication scale. The left side indicates low context, like people in the US, and the right side indicates high context communication processes. And an important note about these scales is that the absolute positioning of a culture doesn't really impact their communication. It's where another culture sits relative to your own. So as an example, America and the UK are both considered low context cultures. The people from the UK fall to the right side of people from the US. And as a result, as an American, you kind of perceive people from the UK as being a little bit less transparent and harder to understand. So it's all about relativity. So what you consider good communication is not necessarily what another culture considers good communication. If someone from a low context culture values explicit communication through both verbal and written validation, they may perceive a colleague from a higher context culture to be a bad communicator, because the communication styles juxtapose each other. In fact, the US is the lowest context culture in the world, and all of the Anglo-Saxon cultures fall to the left-hand side of the scale. In countries speaking Romance languages, including many countries in Europe, such as Italy, Spain, and France, as well as some Latin American countries like Mexico and Brazil, they fall to the middle right of the scale. And then many African and Asian countries fall to the right, with Japan being the highest context culture in the world. What's really interesting is that this variation in communication can really be traced back to the history of culture. So high context cultures like China and India typically have a long shared history, and they're focused more on relationship-oriented societies where traditions are passed on for generations. In contrast, America is only 1,800 years old, and it's really been impacted by a multitude of different immigrants from all over the world, all speaking different languages. So to communicate effectively, we really have to be very explicit. We can think about two people who've been married for 50 years, right? There's a lot of unspoken understanding between them, versus if we look at two newlyweds, they need to be a little bit more explicit to understand what they mean. So if you're from a low context culture and you've ever worked with someone from a higher context culture, you might perceive them as being a bad communicator, high transparent messages, or non-transparent messages. But if you're from a higher context culture and you work with someone from a low context culture like the US, you may perceive your teammates as degrading you by being overly explicit and stating the obvious. And while you may be considered a great communicator in your own culture, it doesn't necessarily translate to a multicultural team. Forgot I had a transition. That's the full sentence. And these principles also translate to email etiquette. When I was applying for my German visa, I sent an email to the German law firm saying, hey, my flight's in like 2 weeks, I still want my passport from the consulate, like what's going on? And days were fine, I didn't get a response, and so I really jumped to these really absurd conclusions. Like maybe the entire law firm had burned down and created my email with it. And then I finally received a response a few days later stating that everything was fine and I shouldn't worry. In the US, we're so prone to like, if I don't know the answer right away, I'll send an email saying, I'm not really sure, I'll follow as soon as I know. But in other cultures, that's not exactly the way they process information. Because not all cultures communicate in the same way that we do. So how can we ensure we can communicate effectively within our multicultural team? Talking too quickly. When working with people from higher context cultures, it's really important to listen. Communication is not just about speaking, it's also about listening. So listen to the message behind what's being said, rather than what the real message actually is. And if you're managing a multicultural team with higher context team members, be mindful of the fact that people communicate in the manner in which they're accustomed to. So instead of jumping to the conclusion that your employee is just a bad communicator, try to recognize that they're probably just communicating in the way in which they're accustomed to. When working with people from lower context cultures, it's important to be explicit in your communication. So be clear, be transparent, and redundant. If you get on a meeting with a low context colleague, send a follow-up email outlining what you just discussed. But what happens when you work in a multicultural team? How do you balance communication? High context communication works really well between members of the same culture, but it begins to break down when maybe two people who come from two different high context cultures, like Brazil, someone from South America, maybe someone from China. So if we go back to that example of married couples, if we have two couples who have each been married for 50 years, and you take one person from each and put them together, they're not going to be able to communicate without speaking. They have to be explicit. So yeah, it breaks down two members of two separate high context cultures. So to combat this, we really need low context communication processes for multicultural teams to make sure everyone's on the same page. So moving into evaluating performance, how do we get constructive criticism? What is viewed as constructive changes across cultures, and understanding what constructive means to each culture can drastically improve your working relationship. So there are two methods for giving and receiving feedback. So the first is direct negative feedback. So in direct negative feedback cultures, the feedback is provided at face value. It's blunt, it's honest, and typically kind of speaks for itself. And when receiving feedback from someone from a direct feedback culture, you notice they use a lot of players or words that precede negative feedback that make it feel a lot stronger. So those are words like absolutely, or totally, or strongly, so this is absolutely unprofessional. In contrast, indirect negative feedback cultures is provided more subtly. The negative message is typically either wrapped inside of a positive message to soften the blow, or just omitted completely. We'll see that in a second. And so when receiving feedback from someone from an indirect feedback culture, you notice they use a lot of downgraders. So words that will soften the blow. So we're not quite there yet, which probably translates to like we're not going to make our sprinkle. But yeah, these downgraders. And there's a really funny chart called the Anglo-Dutch Translation Guide that kind of demonstrates how the British use downgraders to give feedback and how that can really translate poorly for people from for Dutch people. So let's look. So when the British say, "Oh, this is very interesting," they really mean I don't like it. The Dutch say, "She's impressed." When the British say, "I'm sure it's my fault," they really mean definitely not my fault. The Dutch saying, "It's definitely your fault." My favorite. This is an original point of view. Your idea is really stupid. But she likes my idea. And so we can see how this mismatch in communication styles can really impact your efficacy as a team. So this is another chart with a culture map that plots cultures along a feedback scale. So on the left, we have direct negative feedback, like Germany, France, and Netherlands. That was a shock when we moved to Germany, where they give feedback really bluntly, and they state what they mean without any ambiguities. The US and Canada falls in the middle of the scale. I don't know if you've ever noticed that Americans really like to wrap their negative feedback in like a positivity sandwich. Yeah, culture. And on the right side, we have indirect negative feedback cultures like Japan, Korea, and Thailand. And we can map each culture into a quadrant of the communication evaluation graph. So we're going to take a look at these 4 quadrants really quickly. Cultures that are low context and provide direct negative feedback, like Germany and Denmark, may appear blunt, offensive, or even rude. But generally receiving messages from them is really straightforward, and you don't have to decode what they're trying to say. But what's really important is that even though they value this honesty and transparency, don't try to give it back to them, because they have a lot of experience reading this and they know where the line between like rude and productive is. So like, don't try to emulate that. Cultures that are high context and provide direct negative feedback, like France, Spain, Italy, Russia, speak a little bit more ambiguous language, but they still provide direct negative feedback. It's kind of interesting because while they're taught to read the air, they're really straightforward with their feedback. Cultures that are low context and provide indirect negative feedback, like the US, Canada, and the UK, are kind of strange. Often if you give constructive criticism by a US colleague, probably we all heard from the US, and they start off with a few positives, like, "This is great, loved it." The negative, they slip it in there, and then they add another positive, right? This is really confusing for other cultures. And Americans always over-exaggerate everything with excellence and amazing. And like people from abroad don't really know what actually is excellent or amazing. Like, have you ever heard someone from the US started me with, "I'm thrilled to be here today." It's like, are you really thrilled to be in this meeting? You should be thrilled if you're getting all expenses paid vacation, but like, I don't know about the meeting. So this is very confusing for other cultures. And then lastly, this is the most interesting in my opinion, high context and indirect negative feedback cultures, like Brazil, China, or Japan, don't give negative feedback until like it always must be done in front of the group. Reading is hard, sorry, trying to go quickly. And there are a few ways to provide negative feedback to people from these cultures. The first is give feedback slowly and over a period of time. It's kind of let the idea sink in. But let's just take an example. So suppose your Japanese colleague sends you a 20-page presentation for review. And most of the slides are really great, but the last 5 are pretty sloppy. Like you can probably tell you did it like just a few minutes before. But in these cultures, you don't give direct negative feedback. You actually omit the negative and only state explicitly the positive. So you can tell them, hey, I loved the first 15 slides. I thought they were great. And you leave it at that. And by omitting this negative feedback, he's able to breathe the air and understand that, okay, the last 5 weren't great, and we go back and fix those. So understanding how different cultures communicate and evaluate performance can positively impact the collaboration between team members. And while we have to ensure we don't stereotype people, we also need to be mindful of how people are accustomed to working. And this will allow us to build high-performing teams. So if you found this interesting, I cannot recommend this book enough. It's amazing. I also just want to say thank you to all the photographers whose photos I used. Now I can breathe again, so thank you.